I didn't even know that I would be an artist or be in fashion. Before my father passed away, he said to me, I wish I would have let you do what you wanted to do.
And your fashions speak on not being predictable. Hello, and welcome to Dress and Address with your hostess, Constance Boothe from MadameButterflyTOO.com. Madame Butterfly has always been here to dress you in the things that are fashionable, talking with you about what's hot and what's not. But we're turning that around and giving it a little wider space. So as we dress you, now it's our turn to address you. We will address you with concerns and things that might be going on in the fashion industry, information that you just might want to know and talk about. And let's let it unfold as it does. So without further ado, I'm going to tell you something. I looked in my closet and I realized that there were so many spaces for creativity. And then I was introduced to India Stark. I'm going to let this roll. Wait until you hear about what she does and who she is and see what unfolds. And today I have the pleasure of spending some time with a person that I have admired from a distance.
Oh,
I have admired with my friends wearing her things. I've heard about her, and I kept saying, I'm going to get a moment, and I'm going over there, and I'm going to get some of the things that she has. She's probably one of the most creative people that you want to meet.
wow.
And her name is India Stark.
Well, hello and thank you.
Okay.
Such an introduction.
It's the truth.
It is a great pleasure to be here with you today.
Good. So I want to ask you questions so as I could find out what's the motivation behind the designs and the things that you do.
Oh, my goodness. That's where you want to start?
You know what? First of all, where are you from?
I'm from Florida.
You're from Florida?
Yes, I'm a Florida girl.
You're Florida?
Yes. Floridian from the bottom, Miami.
Okay. Now, did any of that from where you're from, did that influence your evolution to where you're?
No, ma'am.
Good answer. So what did? Tell me about it.
The culture, being from Miami, it's so diverse, but the culture didn't play a part. I didn't even know that I would be an artist or be in fashion growing up at all. Both of my parents were in education. And I remember, watching my mother create. She's a creative person. And watching her create when I was growing up, making her own dittos, and just doing everything. And then watching her even getting old, as I was getting older and we're both in our sorority, watching her do scrapbooks and just putting things together, artifacts together. And when I got forced into education by my parents, because I had to change my major, I started as a journalism major.
Okay.
And my father was like, I'm not paying for that. You need a job when you come out.
You need a job.
You need insurance. You need a job when you come out. So you're going into education.
Okay.
And so, I don't know, just along the way, I consider my parents to be well-dressed people. Mm-hmm. And so that was always a thing for me. My mother was always like, you have to make presentation is everything.
To the bone.
Yeah, because we're such a critical society. People judge you before they even see you by your name, perhaps, or over the phone, how you speak. Mm-hmm. And then when they see you, then they judge you based upon your appearance. So, and when I became a teacher, I was just very creative. I did a lot of projects with my kids, and I like things to look pretty, but never thought I would be into fashion.
Mm-hmm. What exactly did you teach? Because I'm an educator, and I'm one of those too that I hadn't planned on teaching. But you know what? Don't you know there's something within you that sort of comes out?
Yeah, I did. I started with Well, over the summers, my parents would have me in their schools.
Okay.
Just being,
Oh, Lord. do
being
I
an aide
remember.
to somebody or, working with small kids. And I was like, I don't want to do this. But as I got older, I started with second grade and quickly learned that was too young for me. And fifth grade, I thought
Too
was
many potty breaks.
just too much, too needy. I thought I was like, and I was young. I started teaching. I graduated college when I was 20,
Okay, good for you.
late birthday,
Okay, got you.
and walked right into second grade. And I was like, okay, I don't know about this. But fifth grade, I thought was my niche
Why?
because they were older. I didn't realize yet that my real niche was going to be middle school.
But usually middle school, the kids are certifiable. Okay? I mean, and for you to have made that a niche says something about you because that's a very pivotal time within your teaching. Your students are at that point or they don't really know who they are. And you're in there in the midst of this chaos.
Yeah, but you know what? I grew up with them.
Okay.
Like I personally grew up, not age-wise, but self-wise.
Self-wise.
Middle school, it teaches you to think outside of the box.
Mm-hmm.
It teaches you personally that you can't have limitations on yourself because they are at that age point where they're not babies, but they're not grown, but they think that they're grown. They taught me, and I did it for so many years, they taught me a new meaning for patience.
You know what you've just described?
What?
Your fashion. I mean, that's how I see it.
Out of the box.
There is no box.
Yeah.
I always tell people, take the sides down and let the bad boy flow.
Yeah. I think I've gotten more creative as I've gone. I've only been in this for almost 6 years now.
Oh, tell me how that started. When was it? I was reading your bio, and I think it was in 2020 during the pandemic.
Yes.
A lot of good things were born in the midst of the pandemic.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Unbeknownst. Before my father passed away, he said to me, I wish I would have let you do what you wanted to do.
Ooh.
And I always loved fashion magazines and that type of stuff. And I always wondered if I could make a living in fashion, but never took it, never seriously enough to even do it because I was in education. And when I resigned and I moved here, I started teaching again. And when I started teaching here, after 4 months, I said, I'm not supposed to be here. And so I left.
You mean you weren't supposed to be in Atlanta?
No, I wasn't supposed to be teaching.
Okay, good.
I wasn't supposed to be teaching. I had done that already. And I had been, the greatest gift I'd ever received was from my father telling me, go do what you want to do.
Yes.
And so during the pandemic, I was like, that was a world when everybody was like, what are we going to do? I started customizing camo jackets on my living room floor.
Okay.
Putting patches on them and just like hobby. I thought it was just going to be a hobby. Mm-hmm. Started my Instagram and it took off.
Who was your first client? Oh, I know you should remember that. Tell me, who was the first one?
My first client was one of my Saras.
And just for the record.
Yes, just for the record.
She is a member of the illustrious ladies of
Alpha sorority.
I'm just saying that with her because she's my guest, but I'm a Delta. Be advised. Okay. No, but we are sisters in the panel. And it doesn't matter what color we wear.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
matter. But yeah, I did. And I was like, okay. But how I got started was I was dating somebody at the time, and they were actually learning how to sew. And I said, I have a lot of clothes. So I was like, clothes still with the tags on them.
Well, really, you're those.
I said, I can sell clothes. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't even supposed to be creating. I was supposed to be selling stuff out of my closet.
Okay.
And I did that for a quick second until the pandemic hit. And then I said, put some of this art to use. You like patches. You like camo jackets. Who don't like a good camo jacket? Mm-hmm. And I started doing that. And next thing I knew, it was taking off. I was doing them for women of different sororities, children, and within 6 months, I was in my first studio.
Wow. What'd that feel like to you?
Surreal.
Why?
When you've been in a different career for so long, you know how that is, right? You know how to navigate through that. You know what the
Trust me.
expectations are.
Yeah.
You know what the growth is in that. When you step out on faith, especially at the second phase of your life,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know what that reception is going to be like. You don't know if you're going to be embraced. It's the unknown. So to be doing something for about 6 months and you walk into your own studio, which was probably as big and as long as this 5x7.
Well, yes.
It was surreal to me. Like, I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing it full time. Full time.
Oh my gosh.
It's life changing.
Yes. I think as we do grow and mature, that we do get these surreal moments, aha moments. And I think that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Because if everything was the same all the time, why is it that we're living through this mundane environment?
Comfortability.
Predictability. And your fashions speak on not being predictable.
Mm.
And you know what's a good thing about that? I find from having a similar spirit to yours, being predictable is boring as hell.
It is.
And it's so boxing.
It is.
And when I see some of the things that you've created, it's called come on out the box.
Come on out the closet, as I like to say.
The closet. Yes. That's right.
Yes,
indeed.
Yes.
Well, I was doing the box because I've been boxing up some things recently, so I'm in a box frame of mind. But the closet is definitely a good parallel.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me this. When you think of legacies and things that you want to leave with your fashion, what do you do? When you create a piece, are you thinking with a long-term, or is it just for the moment, that spontaneity? Tell me what that feels like. Because listen to me, you all are going to have to follow her. You just going to have to do that. Because, I mean, I've been following her, and I keep saying, gosh, I got to get over there. I got to have something in there. And then, I mean, it just, I don't know. I'm a clothes junkie. That's why I'm in the business. And so the term that you use is a junkie doesn't mean that it's a negative. Junkie is it's like taking what has been transmitted into something else and making it real.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead. Talk about.
You know, I built my business on transformation.
Okay.
And transcending.
Okay.
And I think for me, the process is always evolution, you know. And what I think about when I'm creating for someone, you asked if it's gratification, pretty much if it's short term or long term. I think for me, it's short term in the moment, but to see the progression of how I evolve in the craft and the next project, then it becomes long term.
You know, that's really very deep. Now, I want to, in everything, I like to see the spiritual implications. I am by no means religious. I'm not trying to get anybody to go to church, but I'm talking about that spirit that is within us. That spirit wants to express itself. Because I see in your creations, in my creations, or all of our creations, it's the spirit within it seeking to express itself. Because how else are we going to see it unless it's through the things that we do and we show? And through the things that you do you feel that stirring within inside of you that's...
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yep. I feel it in me now because I'm in the process of working on a 12-piece collection for a show at the end of the month. But with every piece, and sometimes spirit also makes me stand still, and the project might take a little bit longer than what I've anticipated.
What happens when you stand still?
People get writer's block.
Okay.
I might get a creative block.
Okay.
I may start with one idea, and I always work with the lining first, lining the product out first, painting it out first. And then the ideas change.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think about my clients too, because I do consults. So I like for them to tell me their stories so I can just get a feel for them. And then I'll be in one direction, and then I may have to stop. Say I have to come back to that.
Because that was going to lead into a question that I had for you. How do you get the inspiration to design? Is it a cup of coffee? Is it a glass of bourbon? Is it smelling a rose? What gets you excited?
I hope this doesn't sound
We have
any type of way. I think it's innate.
Why should it sound anyway?
I think
we're about authenticity here.
I think it's innate.
Okay.
I'm moved by so many different things. Sometimes it can be something I'm going through.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it can be something a client's going through. Sometimes it can just be a picture I saw somewhere. It's always changing for me.
Okay.
So there is no one. People say, let spirit guide you. And so spirit guides me in different ways at different times, to move through the process of design.
Okay. I feel that when looking at what you do, there is no duplication. And it's almost like the spirit. There is no duplication of itself. Everybody has their unique piece. And that's what your designs remind me of. It's an expression of uniqueness. Everybody's right to be authentic, to be an individual. And that's a very difficult thing. I won't say it's difficult to create, but sometimes it is when we go into our ego and we're saying, am I doing too much? But when I see things that you've done, it seems like you let down the sides and let it just do what it do.
Yeah. I have to.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my clients have been in the closet.
Okay.
Figuratively.
Okay.
And literally.
Okay.
And so when they've seen what I've done and they come to me and they want something, it's my job to take them out.
Or give them permission to come out.
Give them permission
to come out.
I have a client right now who she says to me, I'm not going to mention her name because she might kill me, but she says to me all the time, okay, I don't want you to do this and I don't want you to do that. All right, a little less this and a little less that. She never knows. She don't know what she wants. So I just say, okay. And then I do what I'm going to do. And then when she comes to see me to pick it up, she's like, we did that. Uh-huh. Okay, all right. And she got to look at it. And then when she goes to an event, she just called me this morning. When she goes to an event, she wears it. She's the belle of the ball. Because when she gets there and she puts it on, and even when she posts, the confidence that radiates off of her. And then when she sees what everybody else has on and she realizes she's standing out, that's where the pride comes. People ask me all the time, how come you don't manufacture? How come you don't duplicate this? How come? Mm-hmm. I like the exclusivity of what it is that I do. I like clients and people having their own individual experience. I like the fact that you can have a piece on and you can walk down the street and nobody else is going to have it.
And they're going to look at you.
And they're going to look at you.
My mama had this saying. She said, make it so as they watch you leave the room.
Yes.
And you know what? That's something in teaching and what have you, as I tried to impart to my students, the fact that they need to be that authentic, the people need to watch them leave. Because when you came in, you blew them away. But then they're watching like, who are you?
Yeah.
Do you feel that, like you just said, your designs sometimes help cultivate people coming out of the closet, figuratively and literally? the box,
Mhm.
the infamous box, the door, the open.
Mhm.
And that's what I feel yours do.
Thank you.
I really do. And I'm going to tell you, I can't wait to get my piece.
Oh, well, look.
Listen to
Look.
me. I'm going to post this bad boy. I am wearing a style Junkies Closet
Yes,
original.
ma'am. Yes,
Okay?
ma'am. Definitely.
And as we kind of bring this to a close, which this is really the beginning of a relationship, I am so glad that I've had my dream to sit down and talk to you and know that
It's been a long time coming.
too long. And we know so many of the same people.
Yes, yes,
And all
ma'am.
of you that will be watching, because you're going to know, you see what you did? We're just
We're here
connected.
now.
We're here now. We're connecting the dot.
We're here
And
now.
that's all about what it is. So as much as I want to close this is only a pause or a comma. But what I'm going to do in ending this, I'm going to take a quote that reminds me, and I think you might have helped put this together, but if not, it's what it is.
Okay.
So I can get out of the Stevie Wonder moment. Okay. I want you to remember that the Style Junkies Closet is for collectors, creators, cultural tastemakers that are seeking something rare, personal, and truly unforgettable. Style Junkies Closet with the infamous India.
It's been my pleasure.
It's been mine as well. My sorrow in the Panhellenic. And Ski.
Yes, Ski.
I love her and I thank her so much for sharing this moment with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Be enlightened.
Yes.
And so as we close Dress to Address, I hope that what we've spoken about will just unearth just that little bit of part of you that wants to address your authenticity. So give it room to be itself. And so it is. And now, just as we go along with our wonderful format, this is Madam Butterfly dressing me, and she can dress you. DM me, and let's see what we can do.